Okay. Let's get some music going so that I can wake up a little bit. Why has it got this like I already have this open somewhere? Do I have it open somewhere? I do. Okay, well, let's use the one over here. Doesn't really matter. Give me that album I've been listening to. Because it's in my head yet again. Or I guess, whatchamacallit? I don't know if it's an album. A thing. There we go. What's it say? What's the word? It's not album. There's another word for just like a couple of songs. Probably says here. Doesn't matter. Okay. Again, it's one of those situations where I missed maybe an hour of sleep, tried to catch up on it, and then it's still slowing me down. Okay, so first thing, speaking of staying up late, let's write down the, I don't know if it's a brain blast, but let's write down the idea I had here, being instead of Project Beanstalk, which has now already been created. Wrong one. Speaking of which, let's look at messages. Let's see. Physics. Why can't I? I'm doing psychics. Physics. Okay, do I want to do a full explanation here? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, I want to test cloth physics. Let's see how I feel. Okay, so Unity cloth physics. Because that's really the question, is if it's hard to do cloth physics, if it doesn't work how I think it might, then Make it hot air balloon. Okay, wait. Let's write down the idea first. The idea is hot air balloon maker. So, using a model. Cut out. At least place a gnome inside the balloon. I modeled it, the effort. No, I know. I'm like, you just ran with that idea. Like, I respect, like, I feel bad because I'm like, I have done this before. I do change ideas sometimes, like when I'm not, and I was waffling between a couple of ideas, and I was just like, I'm not entirely sold on either of them. And then when I was lying in bed last night, and I was like, oh, a hot air balloon. Like that, like, it fits a lot of the ideas of built to scale, so don't feel bad. Yeah, it's one of those things of like, yeah, you could entirely submit the game yourself, and it's not something that, like, I do want to work on that project, but as you saw with the design doc, I wanted to do it as a multiplayer game, so yeah, it was one of those, like, well, yeah, won't submit it yourself. Well, like I said, it's something you could do, but then again, it's the fun of a jam is really just to make a thing, and you did make a thing, and you made the whole thing, like, in a day. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, you don't really need me there, do you? So, okay, let's write down this idea. Using a model, cut out a piece of cloth to look like a model. Sew it up. Then fly the balloon. No, I'm very impressed by the stuff you managed to pull together. Like, it looks absolutely awesome. But I don't know if it's something I want to do for this jam. Okay. You could use splines, beanstalk, and leaves for the environment now. Yeah, I could. Well, and it's one of those, I don't necessarily need to cram a previous idea and a previous project into this. So. Okay, so. Okay, so the main task would be a model viewer. You look at a model. So in this case, like a cube or a cylinder or a banana. Because that was the thing too. I'm like, oh, you could do any sort of object, and then you could do like a banana for scale, and then you could do like a fish, so you could have fish scales. So it's like, okay, that allows me to cram a bunch of different ideas in there too. So we need a model viewer, cutting cloth, and then sewing the cloth. That's also going to be a question of, like, I don't know how you would do that exactly. And then fill balloon with hot air. Yeah, and I don't know exactly how you would do the hot air either, but I'm like, well, if you do a bunch of just invisible balls or something, that can be the hot air. Okay, wait. I had an idea of, like, what was the tagline. So it's cut, sew, fly, craft your hot air balloon to soar through the sky. Yeah, see, and this is why I don't know if people like working with me on projects, because I'm like, well, I had an idea, and then I switched to the idea after a night's sleep to something I'm a bit more excited about, I think. Although, like I said, it's not that I'm not excited about Beanstalk idea, but just for this jam, I think I like this better. Yeah, I was thinking of doing a lot thicker of a Beanstalk. What was that, there's that one mobile game where you're dropping a ball through a bunch of, like, rings. That was closer to what I was thinking. It was a much thicker Beanstalk with a lot of leaves on it, but... Although seeing the one where you can kind of jump to any platform also looked kind of cool too, so... Okay, but that was also the test, is if cloth physics is something hard to do, then, got really high with the Beanstalk to look amazing with 100 branches. And aligned with the feeling of the, build to scale. That was something incredibly huge. Yeah, I know, that's something like you get with, Grow Up and stuff too. When you have all of the different Beanstalks, it looks really cool. No, and that's why I was pursuing it at first, is because it does feel like it fits the scale, but it almost fits the theme, but it almost feels like it's, you know, grow to scale as opposed to build to scale. So, cloth physics is a little difficult to make it stable. I mean, and that's kind of okay. I'm like, if it ends up being very goofy, that's totally fine with me. Because I'm thinking of having it be like you don't get a chance to make very clean cuts and lines, and then like when you sew it together, it's not gonna look great. Because I mean, there's a lot of those, like, what is it, Macy's Day Parade stuff. Let's see. I know that there's been some kind of horrifying, like, giant balloons and stuff too. I mean, these all look pretty good. I thought there was some, like, kind of scary, creepy looking ones. But no, I'm pretty, like, if this ends up very lumpy, like, you got some semblance of the shape, that's entirely fine with me. Like, goofy physics is entirely something I'm okay with. Okay, but I don't know anything about Unity cloth physics, so... How am I thinking of making the shapes, then? That's the cutting aspect of it, is just... Basically, you have a line, which you could use a spline. Could use a spline there, too, to just cut, like, between a series of points to say, okay, this is my polygon that has cloth physics on it, so... I was kind of assuming that this is... Okay, so can I just do a plane? That's even harder. Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to mess with this, is because I was like, this may or may not be a lot more difficult than I'm thinking. Okay, so then if I do the classic, like, here's a I meant a sphere. If I do a object, well, and I was thinking for the first, like, the easy levels is like you make a cylinder, because I'm like, okay, that's just cutting a big square and then a circle and then sewing them together somehow. So if I get rid of you for now and do this. This doesn't have any gravity, does it? Oh, it does have gravity, but it doesn't have any collisions. So, a collider? Does this not have collisions? Does that need physics on it? Does this use gravity? capsules, virtual particle weights. Do they have like a basic thingamabob? Edit constraints. I don't know what I want anymore. I just look at it and I'm like, it's complex, and I only have 3 days. Does not react to all colliders in a scene. So what does it collide with then? Okay, so is it actually... So that's what the plane looks like. And then edit cloth. Is that what this one is? Edit cloth. Collisions. Okay, so it does have all of that. It was just saying that it only collides with certain objects. Like I said, does this need a rigid body? Because it's not too hard to add. Rigid body. And then lock you in place. Does that do anything? No. So are you missing... You have a mesh collider. And a cloth thing. I guess it hasn't even been 20 minutes, so... It's one of those, like, I always get afraid I'm wasting so much time. That was kind of the point, though, was just to play around. Does not react to all colliders in a scene. Until you manually add colliders from the world to the cloth component. Cloth reacts to the bodies but does not apply forces back. That's fine. Additionally, you can use 3 types of colliders with cloth: a sphere, a capsule, and conical capsules, constructed using 2 sphere colliders. Oh. Okay. You can still change the shape of the thing, though, right? Oh, the talking sphere for these, not the... right? Okay, wait, so it's saying... Oh, that's... I'm like, why does it seem... There we go, the music disappeared. Okay, this is a pretty short album. I need to find something else to listen to at some point. Which is why I shouldn't drink soda, especially not as late as I was drinking it. I'm gonna start my day yawning. Okay. No time. No time. Okay, so this is, it only works to skin mesh render. Yeah, so it adds this. One. Give me 1 sphere collider. Here's the first and second one of the 1 sphere collider. Wait, what? I don't understand that, but okay. This will be the first and the second. I don't know if that caused problems. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that is And that's what I was thinking of doing for the hot air, was just... Okay, so can I put this just right up next to the sphere? And then have it wrap around the sphere. Okay, it's a bit big, but the idea still stands. So is that a stiffness thing? Is that a gravity thing? Is that a friction thing? Okay, so no, that was entirely possible. Now the other question is, what if I do, since I was so graciously provided with many different versions of my gnome here, can I... So I just added a mesh collider to it, and then I added the sphere that it's supposed to be colliding with. So... that is going to be a lot of parts on this, but... So, cloth. Oh, and then I got to do it for all of these. That's a pain in the butt. Okay, but I can do that. And then add cloth. And then I can grab everybody and say sphere colliders 1. And then grab this one and throw it in there. Grab that and throw it there. So now, does my gnome turn into a giant pile of cloth? I don't care if it looks like an abomination. Yes! Yes! It's everything I could have hoped and dreamed for. Okay, I'm sold. I think I want to do the hot air balloon idea now. The project Beanstalk looks so incredible, but I would love to work on that for a different project. Like I said, that's something I would want to do multiplayer. The whole idea behind that was to do a multiplayer project. Yes. Okay. Which I guess that's in the future I could also do. If I did a very stiff hat, I could also do cloth physics on the hat. Okay. So. And then that means, yeah, okay, so if it is only collides with spheres, that would mean that the hot air is just going to be an invisible sphere that I pump inside of the model. So now it's joining points. Because that's really the question, is can I... Although I think now I'm going to just feel bad all day that I'm like, this is the idea I'm making. Oh, okay, well then here, I made it for you. Oh, I lied. I'm doing a different idea. Although, like I said, I spent enough time waffling yesterday that I was like, okay, now that I have something that's a little more exciting, but... You'll make this for me, and we're even. Again, you're gonna make all of my project ideas better than I can in less time, just to show me up. Which is fine. I'll learn every time. It's gonna be at a much slower rate, but I've kind of... okay, so... It means I can do the cloth physics. So the second question was... How do I join meshes? So the cloth physics can handle crazy meshes. Then how would I want to do the joining? So, okay, I figured out the cloth part of it, which I was hoping it would be fairly easy, and it was. So then it's sewing. Because that's really what it's going to be, is you have, like, how would you sew points together? Well, because that's, like, here. I don't know if you can select each point on the mesh. Well, no, the mesh has... Okay, so this is just going to be a... So we're going to do a script that lets me do, I guess, join meshes. So balloon. Okay, join meshes is a little more... Because that's really the question. It's like if you... Because the sewing, I think, is going to be you select like an edge, and then you select another edge and say, I want to sew those together. So how would you do the edge selection, and then how would you do the sewing it together? You go into Blender, where it has all of those options for you. Yeah, okay. I think these are going to be absolutely horrible, lumpy abominations and stuff. Okay, so now, maybe I should just write out all of the things I want to do. Okay, so now okay, you're going to be ideas. We're going to throw those at the bottom instead. So this is ideas, not necessarily failed ideas, but ideas to do at a different juncture. I did wake up a little faster than I thought. I'm still feeling a tad sleepy, but... Okay, I do want to leave that build to scale stuff at the top. That needs to stay there, but these... Oh, it's funny that I was mentioning spider webs, and then I went and watched a spider actually make its web this morning. It's funny because I was looking for a different spider entirely. There's one that I've seen a couple times in the morning, and I was like, okay, well, maybe if I go find my phone, I could take a picture of it. But it seems to be only, like, early morning, like, at night, that the spider comes out. So then when I went walking around this morning, I found like, a much smaller spider that was building its web. It was kind of fun to watch. Project Beanstalk, you're also gonna... You are another day. Still a great idea, still something that I'm excited about, but not for this project. Like I said, it feels the best when I come up with a bespoke idea for the theme instead of saying, oh, here's an idea that I had, let's jam it into the jam. Okay, so thumbnail description. This is the description. Okay, so let's cut a... Let's see. Because I think this will be kind of a fun test of somebody's ability to unwrap an object, too. It's like, do you know what a cube looks like if you unwrap it? Do you know what a cylinder looks like if you unwrap it? Do you know what Suzanne the monkey looks like if you unwrap it? And like my answer is no. So then you're just gonna end up with very lumpy objects flying into the sky, which is fine. That's the goal. Is to just goofy physics nonsense. So cut cloth to make a balloon. Well, okay, whatever. This is the idea. This should be like title. It should be the title of the game, thumbnail, and description. Okay, so that's the title, that's the description, and then the thumbnail is lumpy balloon hanging out in the sky. Flying in the sky. The theme is make your own lumpy balloon abominations. Fly into the sky. Let's see, I don't know that it's super important innovation there, but okay, and then that's just a general for not this project. Okay, so title. Okay, that doesn't really matter. I just needed to write down what the actual. So this is a simulation game. And the core theme is create and fly hot air balloons. Yeah, it always lists all this stuff, and then I'm like, I just need a spot to write all of the. Okay, we're gonna just do here. Gameplay is all this stuff. Where did I put it? Oh, I got rid of the things. Okay, so the step 1 is. Okay, I need to find different music. Do I have like some really crazy like dubstep or something? That'll wake me up. I have like some happy hardcore something or other somewhere, right? Like maybe this? Dance and EDM. Yeah, bass house dubstep. There we go. Maybe that'll wake me up a little bit. Okay, so this is. I need a model viewer. And then that'll be. Rotate model. Okay, I lied. Shift tab. There we go. Then it's cut the cloth. So this will be a series of mouse points creating a mesh. Pretty much. And then this will be so the balloon. So then select. Yeah, this is one that I'm a little iffy on how I'm going to do this, because it's going to be select a series of mesh points and parent them to another series of mesh points. And then fill the balloon. And then, so that's using invisible spheres. Try to fill the balloon. And then fly the balloon. Fly the balloon. I'm like, okay, now I'm afraid if I write out all these ideas, somebody's gonna go and make it and finish it before I can. I'll also need to set cloth constraints somehow. Well, and that's the sewing part of it, is that I'm like, I'm not entirely sure. Because this had. Yeah, and it's like I could do more stiffness and stuff too. Yeah, it's really just kind of tying the two together is the thing that I'm like a little iffy about. So. Oh, not talking about any of those settings. You're talking about having to sew it together. Like I said, the idea right now is to take a series of points on one mesh and then parent them to another. So. That's not it either. Okay, so. Stuff, and you click on one of the two buttons on top of the cloth component. Oh, you're talking about editing the cloth constraints. Well, like I said, if this ends up looking like an abomination, I am perfectly fine with that. That's I mean, the defaults seem to be working okay. At least for a plane like this. And then I don't know about well, this one's the self-constraint stuff. Yes, it's a can I select a series of mesh points? Is the question. Like, can I select this and say it's going to be parented to another set of mesh points? Is the question. I'm like, I think I could figure this out. I don't know exactly what I would need to do with this, but at least not right yet, but okay, so then this is probably spacebar. Spacebar is fill balloon with air spheres. Okay, so let's just do that now simply because I know how to do that. We're starting with something easy here. That's the sphere collider, the mesh renderer. Let's just get rid of that completely. Oh, and then I'm gonna need to do this. Okay, wait, so that does still work if I move this around, right? Again, this is gonna look ugly, but I don't... I always make ugly games. That is just what I do. Okay, so I hit play. Can I... Too slow. Do... Okay, now let's just hit play and then hit pause when it starts. Okay, now where's the... There we go, play unfocused. Split it, please. Not like that. There we go, like that. That's what I was wanting. There we go. Okay, so now I hit play and I move the sphere around. That wasn't necessarily a great test. This is like too heavy. Can I make it lighter? Virtual particle weights, size of 3. So like 2 then? What does that do? I guess some of this is just messing around with the exactly what the cloth physics does. Yeah, and I'll probably, like, at least for like a plane like this, I'll need to oh, this doesn't actually move the mesh. Interesting. Oh, whoops. Dadgummit. Okay, so that didn't seem to mess with... Yeah, quad's too small, too. Well, changing the scale does not change the size of the quads. Yeah, there's just still that many quads. Like, it's still gonna give me the same thing with just a different scale, right? It's just gonna look a little different. Oh, no, okay, that did work. Okay. So yes, that... Okay, so this is gonna be... This is not gonna look good. I'm embracing it. Only ugly. They do like Simone Yetch. With her shitty robots. Okay, so then if I do a... That's a very good guess. I don't know how you got that. It's a good guess. Render. I believe I want the render. Don't think it's really gonna matter. So so that was the question. It's mesh renderer mesh mesh. Is that not what I'm looking for? Let's get materials. Where's the mesh in the mesh renderer? Set materials. Shared material. That's all the materials. Isn't there a mesh in the mesh renderer? Or did I just want mesh then? Okay, I lied. Just give me mesh then, right? There's a mesh in the mesh renderer, right? Unity. No, there's not. Oh, I'm saving a mesh filter component. Mesh filter. Okay. Wait, so the mesh filter has the mesh? Yes. Okay. I haven't messed with meshes much. This is very good to actually learn how to do 3D stuff. It's only taken me most of the time I've made games. Okay, wait, so it's not the mesh renderer, then mesh filter. And then filter. And then the mesh filter. I don't need to get the mesh filter component out of the mesh filter. I already have it, right? There's the mesh. Okay, so then what does this have in it? Bind poses and bound weights, bone weights, and colors. It's like indexes, right? Normals, set indices. Tangents, triangles, vertices, so I'm just trying to think of how do I want to sew the two pieces of cloth together. I was assuming I would need the mesh vertices to then say well, because that's the thing too, is like I don't want the mesh to become part of the other mesh, right? Well, it's because it's if you cut it out. Wait. Let's bust out like paint or something, right? Paint 3D. I was like paint 3D is the one I know for some reason because I have the dumb. Well, so it's basically you cut out something like this, and then you cut out another one of these, and then say, I want to sew these two things together. Just gonna look awkward AF. And I don't even know if there's gonna be enough indices to match them either. That's also gonna be an issue. Okay. I'm glad I drew this out. I was immediately thinking, oh, like, oh, just match up all of the mesh indices. And it's like, well, if you make them two large things, that's not going to match up. So it's really going to be, I want this point and this point and this point and this point to then just kind of I don't know how I'm going to sew these things together. That's going to be a pain. Because I do want that to be possible. This is just going to be more vertices here, so that it's not like they're going to line up exactly. So... well, I guess it's really just I want a series of points along here. And then a series of points along here that are not matched up with the meshes. And then those points will just link up. So I guess I just need to... well, and it's if you select like this and say, okay, I want this to join up with like this or something. Which would be like just a horrible idea, but still, it would be these points. So we need to start from... oh boy. This is becoming a lot harder of an idea. So... this is extremely advanced, by the way. Yeah, I'm coming to realize that. So... harder than multiplayer. Yeah. It's a bummer, because I like the idea in terms of... well, okay, so can you just cut out a thing and then try to inflate it? Although I think that's also... what is it, like volumetrics? I think I'm trying to do volumetrics. Which I don't even know how to 3D model. I should not be attempting volumetrics, essentially. Come up with a simpler form. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing. Okay, maybe let's look at a hot air balloon. So, hot air balloon. Because I don't even know how you make a hot air balloon. This definitely looks like a series of panels that you sew together. Well, if I ever get too scared or too lazy, I can just steal Project Beanstalk. Steal's probably not the right word, but I can be a collaborator on Project Beanstalk. At least a little more than simply, I provided the idea. Yeah, because I don't want to just model out the balloon. The whole idea was that you take a model of something. Like, here's a banana. Can you figure out how to model that to where it can fill with air? Shoot. Yeah, because I don't know that you could do, like, just automatic, like, join the meshes together along certain points or something. I mean, it didn't like because I'm like doing a series of points to make a shape that's fine. That's easy, but it can help me add multiplayer to it too. Yeah, because I've done I've failed at multiplayer a couple times. I've failed at online multiplayer a couple times. Shoot, I kind of like this balloon idea. It's just the joining meshes at points would be a major pain. Because it would need to sew along a certain side there. So it's not just joining the meshes. I should not have had that soda. It tasted so good, and then it took away just enough sleep. Like I laid in bed for an extra amount of time to try to make up for it, but I don't think I slept well enough for it to work. Like dang it, dude. Because I like the idea a lot in terms of like building to scale is where you have a small object and then okay, so maybe if I get rid of the cutting aspect of it. So if I get rid of cutting a mesh and sewing the mesh and just say, okay, you have a model, can you size it so that it picks up a certain amount of weight? Meaning they're not going to be... Cutting is very advanced math. Creating a mesh is advanced math. Joining meshes is advanced. Creating cloth constraints and specifically working for shapes is advanced. Yeah, okay. Okay, so if I get rid of cutting and whatever else, if I have a model that is cloth, can I fill it with air? How about that? Do you have to stitch them with a Boolean union operation? Well, I'm like, you don't have to. This is just what I was thinking, is that you have a model, how do you make a balloon out of it? And then because I'm like, I'm pretty sure you make a hot air balloon by cutting out panels and sewing the panels together to make a balloon. So that was kind of the idea. But at this point now, I'm also thinking, if you just take a model, can you fill it with air? Because then you could just scale the model to whatever size and then say, okay, if you fill this with air, can you... It's less about building, though. You're not actually, like, building something. It's just the kind of sewing them together. I'm like, because you could still create a mesh out of a series of points, right? So it's like the creating the mesh I don't think is too bad. But just combine meshes and then not stitch them, and that'd be enough. Well, because I don't know how it's gonna combine it. I guess could try that, but like a shared mesh, and then mesh combine meshes combine based on. Okay, so you have some meshes, and you have this combine instance. I don't know what that means, but okay. And then while you still have meshes, take each individual mesh, place it at the right spot, and then get rid of it. Okay. Interesting. Oh, this is added to the combine. Okay, so take the mesh, add it to this combined thing, and then take its position and add it to that. I'm like, maybe. It gives you a single mesh, but it's not really connecting the vertices. Yeah, that's because I'm like, that's I think what I'm understanding here is that if you had, again, like this would be your combined mesh. So that if you tried to fill this with any kind of air, you wouldn't get anything out of it. It's because I was trying to do it in 3D space is the issue. So you can make it like you can only combine them if they're touching each other. Well, and that's the thing too. Well, because it's you would get just kind of the you would just get the object that is. It's like you'd have this as a 2D object, which wouldn't help you that much. It's because you would need a 3D object with the different seams joined. Well, it's just because I think selecting like a series of points like this would need to say, okay, this is the series of points. Well, yeah, because it's not going to be precise. It's, don't understand at all. You can make it like they can only combine if they are touching each other. Well, it's because if you tried to lay out like a 6-sided die or you know, like a cube, if you wanted to lay out a cube and say that and then that, it's like in a 3D space you'd want these two sides to connect to make the cube kind of thing, and then you'd want these two sides to connect to make the 3D cube. But I don't know how you do that with just a really oddly shaped object, so. Combined mesh can become a hot air balloon if you can constrain the points properly. I guess it's like, yeah, that's true. If you let this just kind of lay over an object. I keep thinking that you have to seal it. I guess you don't technically have to seal it as long as it's the right surface. Yeah, you can have like a half sphere and the rest is ropes. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna get great models out of it necessarily, but yeah, you could do. Because then you wouldn't even really need to worry about the combining meshes. You would just say, okay, I'm gonna trace this object and say, here's my banana, and then can I have a bunch of hot air under it enough that this 2D object will be able to float into the air. Yeah, so less of a balloon and more of a hang glider. I think is really what we're getting at, right? It's just because I'm thinking like a 3D model and the scales of a 3D model and stuff. Yeah, like I said, like a hang glider kind of thing. Yeah, that would be very 2D. It's because it's I don't know if that feels like you're building the model, and this is what, jeez. I don't know if that feels like you're building the model, like if you're built to scale. Just feels like you're taking an object and turning it into 2D and saying, does it fly? But I feel like that is the only hang-up here. It's just making it so that you sew the thing together. I don't know, because it's like you maybe instead of just trying to say like specifically, here's all of these points, if you could just do like this point and this point are supposed to be, or and this point. If you just label these as like, okay, I want these 3 points, or if I want this point, this point, this point, or no. Well, it's this point, and I think way over here. If you say, okay, I want all these 3 points to try to go towards a certain point. Yeah, so then it's just this part of the mesh should go towards wherever this point is in a 3D space. Maybe. So instead of sewing a balloon, is just saying move mesh toward selected points. Like you probably have to do that in a 3D space to really understand where those points are instead of 2D. So then this would be a set of spheres in 3D. And then just assign each mesh to whatever. That's the thing. I'm like, if you end up with a complete abomination because you didn't understand how this is supposed to go together, that's fine. I feel like that should work. It's just the mesh is supposed to go towards a series of points at the same time. And then it's whatever mesh points you set in 3D. So it's not going to be sewn up at all. But as long as you get all of these points close enough together and you have enough cloth, you should be able to catch enough hot air to fly into the sky. Okay, so let's just try that then. So if I have so this will be top. We're gonna try to make a cube balloon. Cube balloon. Okay, wait, okay, it said specifically something about... I got rid of the Unity cloth stuff. Okay, Unity cloth. It's specifically designed for character clothing. Okay, no, it said something specifically about the cloth does not... Even after that, the simulation is still one way. Cloth reacts to the bodies, but doesn't apply forces back. But the physics of it, I would need the cloth to say, hey... Yeah, that's the issue. Is the cloth would need to say, hey, I'm stopping the sphere from moving. So that the sphere actually picks up the object. So, that means I might just want to do a mesh that is just underneath the cloth physics, which really just means that you're gonna have probably an invisible model with a bunch of cloth falling off of it. That I regret everything. I like the idea, and suddenly it's too much to handle. Okay, so filling the balloon using invisible spheres to try to fill the balloon. And these will collide with unseen meshes. It's because it's the hot air, the invisible hot air sphere is going to need to push up, add a force to this unseen mesh, and then that unseen mesh is hopefully enough to pick up the basket on the balloon. Dadgummit. I like the idea, but it's I think it's too much. It might be too much. Okay, so cube balloon. That is why I wanted to just test it. It's because I was like, it might be too much. Somebody made me an entire other project, so... Move away from it when you have time. Well, first, you gotta tell me if it's a good idea or not. Do you think a hot balloon making simulation is a cool idea? The complexity notwithstanding? Well, because it says it doesn't... It's saying this. This does not... Which is like when I do this... I'll bugger off. Okay, because it's... The mesh seems to stay right here. Yeah, it's like this actual mesh that the cloth is colliding with stays right there. Yeah, that doesn't look super great with Unity's default lighting. Yeah, so the actual mesh collider stays there. So what if I take this air sphere? Say use gravity and then set the gravity to reversed. Can I make it -1? So I'm gonna drag this mesh up. Did you just become... Oh, okay. You just have no mass. You do not exert any force. There's a way to mess with the gravity on these, right? Where's the... Yeah, the idea is interesting, but doing it in 4 days? Yeah. It's like it didn't sound all that bad to me up until I tried to actually try to sew it together. I don't know. It just because it sounds like something you could do as a class project and say, "Oh, I cut out the piece of paper and I glue all the sides together, and then ta-da, it's a balloon." But that's, I guess, a lot harder digitally. But yeah, okay. Cat place plus car plus house on a 2D thing there. Yeah, when you combine 19 to 20 images together, it could look like a giant funny thing. Yeah. Well, like I said, that was the thing, is that this is just kind of a glider, and this is 2D. I think it doesn't feel like you're scaling something necessarily. Because the whole idea was to do something like a Macy's Day Parade, where you're like, okay, Charlie Brown is a small cartoon character. I want to make it 3 times bigger and fill it with hot air. So I got such a taste of ambition. It was like I opened up Blender. I pretended to make a model for a little bit. I could make an entire model making software in Unity in 4 days, right? Nah, that's too much. Dang it, man. I should have gave up. I should have said I did the Pirate Software Jam. I don't need to do the GMTK Game Jam. Well, we can go back to Project Beanstalk there too. That looks really cool. It's got like Twizzler look to it. Oh, there we go. I'm well behind when this picture was sent, but no, that Twizzler look looks really cool. That is very much like Beanstalk-esque. So it's one of those things of like, somehow I'm feeling less inspired by the fact that people are doing better than me at a project that I came up with. But multiplayer Beanstalk? Yeah. We could do multiplayer Beanstalk. I did say possibly and like attempt cloth physics, and now that I have attempted it, I've realized it's too much. Does multiplayer work then in this one? Does multiplayer work in which one? Like I said, like you saw my idea for Project Beanstalk. Like I wanted to do multiplayer from the jump. So if we can attempt multiplayer, I would absolutely love to do multiplayer. And I don't know exactly what multiplayer. I've messed with the network for game object stuff, and I got my one. And but that was 2 weeks though too, so it's like that's why I was not. But yeah, the closest I've ever been to online multiplayer was I got it working on my computer, and not somebody else's computer. With this one. Although I was making a whole maze on this one too, but get something simple working. But having multiplayer games is not very okay. But having multiplayer games is not very fun and playable in game jams. Well, I mean, somebody did a whole MMO for that Pirate Software Jam. I think that's well, and this one is not multiplayer specific. This is not like a competitive multiplayer game or anything. This is simply a has multiplayer, but it's just harder to get the game played. Okay. I thought it would be easier. I thought people liked multiplayer stuff. But okay, but what I was trying to think, I did it again. I keep doing Okay, no, this does take me to... Where's the... Is this it? No, 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 that's... I always get confused. Overview? There we go. Then submissions. Then popular. And then, there we go. Umbra Arise MMO. Like, one of the top games on there was an MMO, so... If they can play it single player as well, that's fine. That's, yes. Like I said with Moen. Like, that's... You don't have to play this multiplayer. It just is. It just has some multiplayer options. It's much more like a journey kind of thing. Where it's like, you can possibly see somebody else, but it's not necessary that you have somebody else. I wanted to scale it on a per player basis. So it's like, if there's only one player, then the beanstalk does not decay as fast. But hard to implement a game that supports both multiplayer and single player. Yeah. Well, and like I said, that's kind of why this was an idea for not necessarily a game jam. I just didn't have anything else. The ideas that I like are too big for the jam. And I haven't got any other ideas, so... That's why I was a little hesitant on doing this jam, simply because... I don't know, I was inspired enough to try some, like, ideas, but... Yeah, what's the other one? Yeah, the other one was trying to make the most monetized game possible. I don't know, man. Creating a repo, can you handle Git? Kinda. We've had some issues with it at work, and even working with a friend on doing Git, it was having issues. I know Unity has its version control. I don't know if that's... Well, let's see. Does multiplayer make sense with build to scale? No, not really. So, as much as I want to add multiplayer to the whole idea for the jam, I think jettisoning it is a good idea. Although, then again, then I'm at the point of like, what if I contributed to the project beyond the base idea at this point? So, I don't happen to have a Bitbucket account. Nah, I have a GitHub account, but I have not used it at all. GitHub. Like, wait. Let's slide this over here. Would it be too painful for me to create a Bitbucket account? I hope not. I do have problems with trying to make accounts or like trying to sign in on things sometimes. It's because everybody wants their own version of a password. And I'm like, I also don't want to use Google to remember all of my passwords. So... I'm like, so you'd hope it wouldn't be too painful to create a Bitbucket account, but... I definitely do have... Well, and it always frustrates me when it's the step one. Oops! I can't figure out how to... Why was it trying to default to... The answer is no. It's not painful for me to create a Bitbucket account. I have created a Bitbucket account. Oh, we can always hop into Discord if that's easier too. So. As in, you just need the email? Or do you need the name? I don't know if it's visible. Probably email. I mean, you could kind of see it there, but also it's probably a little small, so. And then. Well, it's like I could drop myself into voice on Discord, but that might also slow down the stream a little bit too. But all the energy is deflated like a balloon. I tried a few things. It didn't work out. I don't know what to do anymore. It's because this doesn't seem like that hard of a theme. And I had a couple of ideas that kind of worked. So that's why. But add a balloon to the Beatstock game when the gnome is gliding. Well, yeah, actually doing like a... you know, let's make a hot air balloon or something. That should be fairly trivial. But trying to do a whole, like, a mesh creation system. I don't know how somebody does a VTuber thing where they hide their face. Because I'm like, anytime I click on any account, it's like, here's your face! Like, boy, you'd have to purge everything to make sure. Okay, I guess Steam then? I thought it was gonna let me just open Blender, but... Yeah, I was like, I'm not shy about showing my name or my face. I just like having a VTuber better. Okay, give me a new. So now, can I actually do want the default cube? So if I go to... Again, I'm still in like... okay, inset faces. And then I want to select this... Oops. Okay, that's a vertex. How? Hey? Inset faces. And then I want to select this face. Aha! Okay, and then do I? I thought he said I. It says shift I, maybe? Control I. Oh, wait. Okay, that is exactly what I wanted, actually. Okay, so then extrude region. So give me, it's like 7. Aha. Give me this region. Okay, and that did not select the bottom. And then I want to move it down. Oh, wait. How do you do that again? E. Okay, wait, so 7. Grab this again. E. Okay, right click there. And then this. There we go. Okay, and then there's like X. No. Control X. Shift X. Shift X. X-ray. How do I X-ray again? I know that changes the thing. There's a way to do X-ray. 3? No. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't have this selected anymore. Okay, so that select it. And then E. And then I wanted okay, so get out of this and then do that. There's a way to do X-ray so that you're not pulling it all the way through the object, and I don't know how to do it. Checked if I received an invite via email. Yes. Okay, so then let's check the email and then do see if I can invited to Bitbucket. Accept the invite. I don't know if that's on me or on you. It appears I have received it 5 times? 4 times? Maybe? I was gonna say, since I just signed into Bitbucket, I'm assuming that it was, and I'm assuming they give you some amount free. Not that you have to pay for it immediately right out of the gate. Okay. And then, can I curve the whole thing? Is the question. Some modifiers. That's materials. Modifiers. Add a subsurface. Is that the one? Smooth? No. I believe it was this one. No. Can I bump this up a bunch? There we go. That is super smooth. Okay, no, I wanted to bevel the whole thing. I lied. That is not what I wanted. Okay, so Control Alt, Shift A. No, everything. That's not everything. How do I everything again? All. Oh, it is just A. Okay. And then bevel. Bevel. Shift spacebar, Control B. Maybe that was the wrong invitation. Well, like I said, I got 5 invitations again. It looks like. So accept. Nah, it's giving me the same error again. I can try to hit one of the other ones. I mean, that's what I'm looking at for my email is here's an invite and then here's like 5 different other extra things. Like, I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm like, I could keep hitting all these different invites. Yeah, it's still saying the same thing at the plan limit. It needs to be upgraded. Okay, let's get rid of all those, because those seem to be wrong and not working. It's like, no problem. I'm not... I've given up already. Well, no, it's because I just did a game jam that I was like, I'm not expecting much out of this. So... Meaning I probably just shouldn't do the jam. But, okay, so... All. And then bevel. Now I wanna smooth everything out just a little bit. So that I can make the bucket for the hot air balloon. Control B. Shift spacebar. Oh, that's just a different way to get at that. Okay. So now how do I got everything selected, and then I want to... Oh, that's an animation? Interesting. Do I have too much selected? Is that the issue? Is it trying to smooth everything all at once? Okay, right. A. A. There we go. So now if I just do this... there's a way to snap that back to the center too. Okay. I want to select this. And then I want to hit bevel. And then... called beanstalkers. Okay. How does one... Okay, just this point? Bevel it? Cut into selected items at an angle to create a bevel. Dadgummit, I don't remember what the button was. Let's see. Well, it was saying that you had too many people on the account, so... I'm assuming that trying to do a group there is not going to work either, but... Nope. Sounds like you're going to have to upgrade your plan or not use Bitbucket or something. I don't know if you can get rid of previous projects or something. You removed one, okay. See, so I don't know when you sent that invite. I'm not seeing another new invite. Arco is out now. That looked good. We'll see if I can find the time to ever play it. Okay. Oh, it doesn't seem to be removing it? Okay. Send 5 more invites? Gotta spam it every time. Okay, well, it's taking a second to think about it. That's not it. How do you bevel? I wanted to bevel it. I just wanted to round the whole thing out a little bit, but not like that whole thingamabob. Edge select. Okay, 2. Then Control B. I was like, 2 is just kind of rotating it like this. I guess edge select. Although, let's see if my email picked it up yet. Well, it's not picking it up now. Actually, let's check spam. If you sent 5 emails repeatedly. No, I don't see it in spam either. Oh, no, the other one was not spam, but that's okay. Now I'm not seeing the invite. Unless the delay on this and I deleted the wrong invite. It seemed like I got spammed by 5 invites, and then I got spammed by 5 invites, and then I got spammed by 2 invites, I think. And I tried to click on all of them. Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything. Tried it again 10 seconds ago from whenever that message eventually reached me. There it is. There we go. Let's see if that works. Okay. We'll do a moment of truth over here. And... there we go. Now it seems like I've connected. I've been granted access to... I can now create forks and new repositories on behalf of the workspace. The actual struggle begins. Like I said, this tends to be what happens, is step 1. Oops. Can clone the project to the computer. From projects? This is one of those I don't know. I'm supposed to be looking at this on stream here. Jams. And then Project Beanstalk from 5 minutes ago. Now I could creep through all these other old projects. So... no harm in showing the stuff there. Well, I showed a little bit of it anyways, so... but, it's like I just want to clone the... it's like, yeah, I just want to hit clone, basically, right? I'm assuming. Am I using any Git software? I may or may not have downloaded some kind of Git at some point. I've got Git UI, Git Bash. I think it's all just Git Bash stuff. So I've got some kind of Git. It does not appear that I have anything GitHub related. I might also have Git, just straight up Git. But it appears I got Git Bash at some point. Never used them, but try Git UI. So I want to clone an existing repository. Just dump it on... Actually, wait, do dump it on created games, I guess. Okay, well, it's not a Git repository. Okay, the target directory should be... Oh, the source location should be the Git, which is this. I always get it backward. Shouldn't be that hard, but okay, there. Okay, there we go. So it's the source location to the target directory, which I want to throw it under. And like I said, just ping me if you ever want to just talk in the Discord chat, if that's easier. So, target directory. I just need to dump this here. There. And then it's probably not gonna authenticate. I guess we'll see. I wanted to... Okay. Let's actually make a new folder then. Project... Yeah, okay, this is Project Beanstalk, not... whatchamacallit. This is not GMTK. This is something else entirely. That's VDrive. Excuse me. No. I want it to be under created games, please. Project Beanstalk. This is one of those instances where I feel like I'm just gonna slow down the entire process trying to get me involved. Well, I know that location already exists. Okay, well then... I want to add it into the folder, is that not... Okay, so get rid of this folder. And now do it. So now create that. Oh, it has to specifically make its own folder. It can't just put it in a folder that's already there. That seems picky. Why so picky? This is fun to watch. I feel like there's a lot of sarcasm dripping off of that. I was like, this is the opposite of fun for anyone. Localhost? You thinking about it? You doing it? It's... Did you get anything? Did you get anything yet? Let's see. Does Project Beanstalk... Oh. I seem to have got everything. It just seems to have said it exploded. Yeah, this looks like everything. It just decided that it didn't want to show me doing that, but at least I got the files. I don't know if things are connected correctly, but I appear to have gotten the files. So can I look at branches and stuff? Adding the project folder to the Unity hub then. Unity. Add an existing project. And this one is going to be Project Beanstalk. Which 2022.3.36 F1. How did I somehow miss that one? I have 3.3 F1 and 3.4 F2, but not 3.36 F1. I don't want to install another version of Unity. That takes forever, and I clogged up my computer with it a whole bunch. Didn't think it would be a problem. Don't install. I was like, I'm okay with it. So should be able to open it with which one though? Because I can do the more advanced or I can do the less advanced, but I can't do the advanced. More advanced? Oh, I think that's why I had this one, is because specifically it said latest long-term version, so. Wait. Huh? Editor version. Installs. Okay, I'm behind on the installs. I have 3.3 F1. I have not gotten 3.6 F1. Okay, and I don't have this one yet. This is the one that I have. I have not installed the latest versions of Unity. It's fine. Oh, well, we'll try it. I was like, I'm assuming there's not going to be that, with the small numbers of decimal points, I'm assuming there's not that many changes, but sure, I can just re-import it. I can re-clone it if necessary. Did you open it? Oh, you're opening it. Okay. It hid the thing on me. Can you please show this? Where is that? Thank you. I guess I don't need Unity Hub open. Okay. Forgot the cloth testing stuff in there. I said you were messing around with cloth testing stuff too. Oh, water bubbles. Oh, I guess they are not droplets. Or what I meant. To answer your question. I don't remember what question I asked. Wait, wasn't there like some extra... Oh, is it just a skybox? Oh, okay, so it's just a fancy skybox that was in the background. That's cool. Oh, it's just the game script? I mean, there's gotta be this whole... Wait, where's the Beanstalk script? Scripts? Why is there just game here? Oh, got it from AI and then drew it myself because AI is not allowed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I wonder how specific, like, so it's gonna be a Beanstalk body. Well, I was assuming it would be in the scripts folder, but all I see in here is game. So we'll see if it explodes, if I can get to that point. Oh, haven't moved it into scripts yet. It's under just the root assets folder. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, here's all the extra stuff. Yeah, it's like a lot of stuff on like my downloads folder and my documents is a mess. But when I do a Unity project, I tend to be fairly good about piling up stuff where it's supposed to be. Okay, it was mostly a confirmation of like, okay, do I have all the correct things in the correct places? And it seems like I do have all the things. There's even a tutorial already? This is one of those, like, I don't know what I'm going to be helping with on this project. It seems like you've done it already. So. I'm like, if you've got something simple I can help with. Oh, tutorial from the URP. Well, and it's one of those ones that I don't think that there's going to be a... Okay, hard to play at the moment. Movement is awful. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. Let's see, can I open up the... Oh, so it doesn't let you do in browser for this. Grabbed a simple third-person controller from somewhere. We can improve it. It looked like you grabbed... Oops. Easy start third-person controller. Which, that's a good start. That's an easy start. Makes sense. Actually, wait, I wanted to look at the videos. Since I can't look at the game just yet. This is the original... Yeah, okay, this didn't have the skybox just yet. Well, there's no hair on the back of the head. It got... I think the hair got lumped into the skin there. What are you accessing there, Microsoft? Aha. I'm gonna add the hair later. Well, I think the character might be a little bulbous with the, if that is the head there, but... Gnome. It is Gnome. You missed all the trials and tribulations. It's just been me flailing and flailing and flailing, and everybody else making really cool stuff based on my ideas. Look, it's the thing that I'm helping with. That I've contributed. I guess the base reference for the gnome. And I wrote out the game design document. I'm the ideas guy. I'm the game producer. I have done nothing else of substance. Redid the whole project. The window is actually usable now. Before it was a UI element, now it's an actor. That's cool. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what you were going to do for how the game actually functions, because if it's I think fixing the platforming might also just be a matter of making the spline a lot thicker. I made it thin just for testing, but that wasn't what I wanted to stick with. I wanted to have a nice thick stalk. So craziest gameplay you ever saw. I mean, it's simplest gameplay, but it is cool watching the beanstalk grow. But sample scene is the default. Oh, I just sort of clicked on the... That makes sense. Okay, so let's make sure I can run this and that it's not exploded. Which it looks like it might have exploded a little bit. I guess we'll see. Guessed random numbers until it worked. Oh, and the leaves even have, like, physics and rigid body stuff to them. Just insanity, man. Like, this would have taken me all 4 days, and this is just already done. Oh, it's because the mouth is stuck to the beard there. That's why it looks weird to me. Yeah, like I said, I think the hair also got meshed into the head. So the head looks a little too thick. Okay, so let's just test it a little bit. Yeah, okay, I was kind of wondering, like, that seems like it'd be an issue there. But yeah, okay, so the platforming is gonna need to be smoothed out, but it looks like I can run everything just fine. So that's good. Oh, it's even got a nice texture on it, too. Man, this is the power of not sleeping. I should give up on sleep. You could do this much and learn this much. No sleep. Till... Whoops. Into the void we go. Goodbye, world. I do like the colors. So... Wish you were joking. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's just the movement that needs work. The character looks a little oddly lumpy too, but we can smooth that out, so. Need someone to appreciate me, tell you you're cool and going in the right direction. Well, have you dropped videos and stuff? Have you dropped any updates? Cause I can tell you if it's cool or if it's going in the right direction. I didn't even notice the UI for the water droplets. I'm like, geez, man. That's like beyond some balance fixes, it's like the game's done. Even, I'm assuming, dew tween on the water droplets. And the shaders on the water droplets, like... Holy heckums, man. It's all, like, done. Okay, except for balancing. There needs to be a lot of balancing. He looks so aggressively bald when you're staring at the back of his head. I think that's why it, it sticks out to me. It just looks aggressively bald. I got up there once. What is this? Sphere. Getting stuck in the branches and leaves, what can we do about it? Well, I was kind of thinking of just making the leaves pass through, so that if you come up from the bottom, you can just go through the leaf, but then you land on it on the way back down. So they're all just one-way platforms. At least in terms of like the random generation stuff. Also, like I said, making everything just a lot bigger, I think would help too. Basically started a new project in terms of like the window thing, or the because I think the like scaling the size and shape of a window on a computer is actually not a bad idea. Like I said, there's games I can think of that do that, and that it does fit with the theme of the jam. Although speaking of fitting with the theme of the jam, I don't know if growing a beanstalk necessarily fits as build to scale, but that's okay. Should figure out how to push the leaves upward with physics when jumping so they don't block them. Too dumb to do that, just made the window but better. Well, so I guess that's the question, is what is the gameplay beyond you have a window and you're scaling it? Because that's not what I'm understanding there. It's just like, I saw that you have a window that you're messing with, but not how to mess with it. Wait, it does fit? What fits? Oh. Wait, that fell off. Okay. Well, it's because it starts you out on this leaf. I think it does need to start out on a leaf that's not generated. Okay, how did I get up there the first time? I had no problems the first time, and now I can't repeat the process. Okay, there's gonna need to be some tweaking there for sure. Growing a beanstalk fits the theme. It's gonna become huge. Well, it's just me being picky about the word build. Is that grow and build are not necessarily the gnoming up. Look, it looks fantastic so far. Well, you're looking at what somebody else did. It's like, if we want to look at what I did so far, like, it's... I also bounced around a bunch of different ideas, so... But... I did supply the idea, so... I did watch the theme reveal. I don't know that there was a ton to... I watched it a couple times just to see if I could, like... Because he said, I want to see things that are small, I want to see things that are big, I want to see things that are big become small. I want to see things that are small become big. Nothing there had to do with building. Well, at that point, you could just say that the theme of the jam is scale. So, I don't know. Sometimes I just get picky about the theme, where I'm like, okay, well then there's so many ideas that you could do with scale, but to really feel like it built to scale. I don't know. I just get picky about the theme. I was like, yeah, this is my pile of failed ideas here. Or maybe not failed ideas. I don't know, some of this was like, I just had previous ideas that I was smashing into this jam. And that's where it ended up with this, but... Oh, I guess, so the next step is to... You're cooking? That's good. As in, like, you got your window working a little better? Or... Okay, so... Dividome sword FPS in there? Yeah, and, like, a lot of those were, like, old project ideas. That, I was like, again, that's one of those ones that it deals with scale, but not as much with building. So, yeah, a lot of these are old project ideas. And stuff that I've even started on, too, or I think I've started on those before. But, platformer, top-down, or a game where you guide a laser using windows and mirrors to reach the exit. I had thought about doing a laser thing, too. That's one of the ideas that went across my brain last night. Before I got all excited about, like, oh, build hot air balloons. That's a cool idea. And then that was a bit too much. Okay, so you're gonna also need to go in the failed ideas. Or not failed ideas, but gnoming up seems to be what we're doing here. Oh, I guess if I want to explain Project Beanstalk, grow home. There we go. Ideally, I wanted to mash up these two ideas, because this was a multiplayer climb a mountain game, and then this is climb a beanstalk kind of game. But, which, I don't know, Like, I gotta stop getting so in my head about, like, it's gotta be innovative, it's gotta be new. It's like, it just has to be done. That's really all that matters. So. Okay, deciding between making a platformer, top-down, or guide a laser. Well, I guess, so what is the window that you're building, I guess? You can duplicate the scene and maybe play with the sizes of things. So that's a good idea. Because I was about to just start playing with the sizes of things. But duplicating it is probably a good idea. Okay, so yeah, just save as scenes. Tested. Test doesn't, you know, testing platforming. There we go. Well, and I think we could, like, if we're both working on the game, we can start to separate what each person is doing too. So, because what else ideas did I have? So, oh, I did want some kind of ground too, instead of just more beanstalk at the bottom. That you can actually land on something and get back on the beanstalk. Oh, for the yeah, what I was thinking of doing for the ground was that if you, it'll be an island, and then the rest of it is water, and if you land in the water, it'll just do a fade to black, and then you pop up on the shore of the land there. So, oh yeah, and you have access to this. Wait, is it you have access to Project Beanstalk, right? As opposed to GMTK. So, okay, yeah, shared this one. Okay, so Project Beanstalk. So then writing out the, I guess, the environment. Okay, but this is the beanstalk. Beanstalk is on a small island. If the player lands in the water, they are teleported back to the island. Okay. So if that makes sense, to prevent the gnome from just falling into the distance, I was just thinking of having, ideally, like an ocean that you can fall into, and then you have an island at the bottom that well, I guess you could do it as a terrain, but I was thinking an ocean would be easier. So, okay, so if I, well, I guess we could write out features and stuff too at this point. Okay, so this is a 3D only up, or it's an only up alike. Only up alike. Core theme is grow beanstalk to climb higher. My voice is calming. My voice is, I think, a tad sleepy. Been sleepy all day just because I drank too much soda last night. and made it so that I couldn't sleep well. So, unique selling points. None so far. Is a clone of Grow Home. Has Gnome. That's the unique selling point right now. Oh, and then do we want to do a standalone or a web version? Because ideally I would like to do a web version. But I don't know if that'll explode if you make a beanstalk that is just absolutely massive. So. Speaking of absolutely massive. There's also green. Is that green on the camera there? Or the camera is on the body? Camera controller. There we go. From the third person thing. No. Where's all the extra green coming from? Hopefully web, but we might exploit it. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Is like, I like web for game jam simply because you'll get more people actually willing to play the game. But the web version ideally, and then okay, goals is... So the real goal is to keep the beanstalk alive. Keep the beanstalk. Because I think what I would like to do, to separate it a little more from Grow Home and to make it a little different than only up, is that you have to go back to previous parts of the beanstalk to actually, like, keep it alive and healthy. Are these leaves, specifically green? And branches, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking that they can get brown over time as they start to wither and decay. So that they would be kind of bright green, and then they get bigger up until they get to a certain point, and then they get brown and start to shrink again. And since there's already physics on them, make them get a little more floppy as they get older too. They start off nice and stiff, and then flopify with age. Okay, the goal is to keep the beanstalk alive, and you do that by... In this case, it's picking up water droplets, but... Because the angle I was kind of wanting to do is that you have to go back to previous parts of the beanstalk and use like just a simple like sphere collider heal spell thing. So need the water to get them back to green. That's what I was thinking, is that like, because how much of that did I write out here? I don't think I wrote a ton here. Yeah, I was gonna say the player will jump around the beanstalk to find parts that need tending. That's how I wanted to separate it. Was that the point is to care for the beanstalk, not just climb the beanstalk. Yeah, player will need to tend to the beanstalk to make sure it doesn't die, and then climb it repeatedly. And I think that's kind of where I wanted the multiplayer aspect, is that different people can take different parts of the beanstalk to make sure that it stays okay, kind of thing. So, sphere Heal spell. Ooh, that grows in scale over time. Because I did want a little bit of, like, meditative, like, you stop and just chill for a bit. And that if you use the heal spell, the sphere of influence gets bigger and bigger. Which also works with build to grow. Or build to scale. I keep thinking build to grow or grow to scale. It's build to scale. So. Okay, user skills. Move. Move. Well, okay, look around. Look around. Move. Jump. And then probably a heal button. At least that's personally the direction I want to go. Is a heal. There's gotta be... Oh, what is... There's a game about dog. I think there's a few games about dogs. But there's one that is about... Oh gosh, nope. Adventure indie game. Or maybe about a fox? Is it a fox? Fox, adventure, indie... There's a few that are this as well. Shoot. It's not so many foxes. There's a more recent one where you use... Like, you're bringing life back to the world that it's black and white. Like, you're restoring color back to the world. It's not the first tree, is it? I know that is a game. It's a more recent thing. Is this the one that has, like, the... No, it's a more recent game. But I'm pretty sure you're a dog. Dog adventure game. I'm realizing that a lot of my... there's a fair amount of my streams that turn into... Let's just look at games again, because... Okay, restore color. Yeah, okay, you're not gonna know what the heck I'm talking about. Is it not a dog? That's Chicory. Okay, Chicory's about restoring color. I can't go through my wish list, so... It's more recent. Okay, maybe... It's not black and white, it's... Or, like, it has some black and white. Ah! I wish I could remember the names of these dumb dad blasted things. I see something, and I think, oh, that's a good reference, and then I never remember the name of it to actually use it as a reference. Restoring color to the world? Shoot. Farewell North. Is this it? Hell yeah! There we go. I did find it. There we go, that's what I'm thinking. You have a bubble like this that restores the world. Yeah! I remembered the game. My subpar Googling skills worked. That's what I was thinking. Something like that looks like. It's the win of the day. But it, like I said, that kind of heal effect is what I was thinking for the beanstalk there. Hello, hello. How's it going? I am Look at all the work I did. Look at this cool thing I made. Look at the idea I supplied to somebody else who's much more competent than I am. Oh. That's... Oh, that's wild. Yeah, I'm holding down the same button. For some reason, if you're directly overhead... But if you're... Oh, you can't look up the butt. But if you're directly overhead, it reverses the direction that it moves. That was throwing me off there. Ah! Stupid gnats. They're just all over in the summer. Hey! There we go. That almost looks intentional. That was neat. Yeah, I know Grow Home does a, Oh, that's the cloth physics test. That's what the sphere is. Such a little guy. That's me. I'm a little guy. I have leaned into it. Okay, let's get rid of the cloth physics test there. So... Mesh creator. Sphere. Cloth physics test, you can go away. Yeah, I do want to figure out a way for me to actually contribute to the project beyond. Here's the idea I had. Somebody else went and made it. So. Let's see, progression is heal beanstalk. Why are you in my face, you dumb dad blasting that? Okay, heal beanstalk to keep it alive. And then climb to the top of the beanstalk. There's still a lot to do. You'll contribute. What do I think what do I think of the upgrade ideas and what to get rid of? Let's see. Let's just slap it over here. Why you make everything bold and underlined? I don't need it like that. Okay, so earning more water per collecting a droplet. Double jump and power. Glide. I do like that, because I think I want some amount of you can recover. So that's either using like a checkpoint or using a like you can fly for a bit. Because that's what yeah, Grow Home, you have a glider that you can upgrade. So that's what this is. You have a little glider you can fly around with. And there is the bouncy mushrooms too. That's also a staple that is covered in this as well. Okay, and actually I need to go use the restroom, so I will be back. Dadgummit. Why did it have to show up right when I left? I always want to right click. All I do is click on it and say bye-bye. I don't want the best viewers. I want subpar viewers. I'm subpar. I don't want the best viewers. I have the best viewers. And they go and make things that are cooler than the stuff I make. I don't want the best viewers. Give me subpar viewers. My viewers are already too cool. Yes, we need mediocre viewers. Okay. Oh, that's kind of why I was thinking of doing the terrain. So, we add terrain. I think that's a thing I can do. A demi-giant? That's a... Oh, that's a cool name for a thing. You're not good enough? No, you're too good. That's what I'm saying. Everybody makes cooler stuff than I do, and then I feel subpar. So... I mean, it might also be because other people know how to actually do 3D modeling. Making something actually look good in 3D does a lot. It's just like adding physics and adding, like, tweens. It just gives it so much more polish than anything I've ever done. Where in the heck is terrain? That's the thing. Add a component terrain, right? There we go. So terrain. And then do a terrain collider. Okay, and then there's a way to do a terrain menu, right? I would say, why am I not awake today? And I'm like, I know why I'm not awake. I didn't sleep well because I drank too much soda. Because I indulged. I indulged once. But I'm too old for that. No indulging on anything. It's like a... What is it? Like, no, you can't eat salt. The doctor said salt is bad for you. I just feel like I've gotten rid of so much stuff. And then I'm like, it's just one soda. I don't drink soda at all. It's just one soda. And yet, it's too much soda. There's a terrain window, right? I am just... I am not functioning well enough to do this. I just did a jam. I did not need to do another jam, but that's okay. So can you add a terrain data then? I forgot how to do terrain. I feel like I was messing with this not too long ago. Oi, didn't I get rid of cloth physics? Aren't you gone? Game object. Yeah, you can... There. We're sticking with Project Beanstalk. No Project Hot Air Balloon. Okay, I just wanted to make this a little island than the other one. I drank 2 liters of Coke since 8 a.m. I'm weak. I am weak! I know this. I wish I were stronger because I could barely drink a soda. I could barely go for a run and then... It's just I'm small, I'm old, I'm weak. And I'm only barely over 30. I say barely, but I guess 2 years over 30 is more than barely. Okay, so now, dude, this one is 1,000. There, and then we'll do materials, water. What happens if I do that on this? This will actually tell me how to properly do water and stuff too. Okay, so then this other plane, that can go away. What does that look like? It looks like it's reflecting and everything too, so. Yeah, okay. So then the whole point is that if you fall in the water, it'll just teleport you to a spawn point. I think it'd be the easiest to do. Okay, so then this needs to be... Well, it doesn't need to be a trigger, it just needs to be a script that is... Water droplet's not a fancy shader, just standard. So is it just wiggling the water droplet? Because the water looked pretty good, so... Prefab? Water bubble? Yeah, okay, animator. And then a water bubble. Just you animating it, okay. I was like, because the water doesn't look too bad either. It's just a shininess to it. Yeah, okay, it's just shiny. That's really all it is. And then animated. Using blend shapes, yeah, okay. So it's just some cool animation with a simple shader. Okay, this is the spawn point, right? So where's character? Yeah, we have to make sure that all of the code can get mashed together correctly too. Especially because I just opened this on a different version. So... Oh, there's Gnome T-pose. So I could set this as the... Okay, so... Might need to change the shader to make it more optimized. Yeah, probably. At some point. But, okay, so what I want to do is... a script... just on the gnome. Okay. Script. No, what am I doing? I'm not here right now. Please leave a message after the tone. And then there was no tone, so no messages. You're not allowed to leave messages. No, okay. It's new script. I want to do a new script. And this is just the respawn. There we go. Nope, I spelled it wrong. God balls. Okay, so now we go back to here and say we spawn. Respawn, please. I'm gonna focus on some math. Okay, good luck. I hope you're do send more updates. I do want to see how it's coming along. So that I can continue to feel inadequate. Respawn. Spawn. Holy balls. I would say soda, never again, but I'm like, I already was drinking so little soda. It's like, goodness me. I just wanted to drink a bottle of soda, just to have a soda. Because I like the sweet. I like soda. I like candy. Which is also a mistake. I go out of my way to be healthy. So that then I can feel less bad about indulging a little bit. But then when I indulge, it's like, nope, it's gonna ruin you for a while. Okay, so I want just a very quick, easy, like, just if the transform position. Dot y, is less than the water. So that'll be a... Do it as a float. And then water... Do water level, there we go. Water level. So if you fall beyond the water level, then transform position equals spawn position. So I'll do that as a vector 3. Spawn position. I always feel inadequate at work too, where I'm like, I know at least a little bit of code, but I'm not great at it. So I do feel like I have that white guy just fumbling towards success because white guy. And I just am allowed to be incompetent. Or it could be imposter syndrome, I don't know. Or a little of both. That's always what it truly is. It's always a little of both. Okay, you're at 0, so... Okay, well, let's just say this is the water. I guess I could I could animate this with something too. To make it look like water. So then water... I don't know if I want to pass it in. Whatever. Okay, so the water level is just going to be there. The spawn position is going to be... Probably imposter syndrome? Well, it's... I have had instances where it's like, no, you're not doing a good enough job. Like, sorry, bye-bye. And it's like, okay, no, that is a confirmation that I'm not good at the things that I do. I'm just determined enough to keep trying. Yeah, it's because it's like getting feedback from an interview or something. It's like, yeah, this is cool, this is impressive, but this is not exactly what we're looking for. And it's always frustrating. Jeez. Okay. I spread myself too thin learning different skills though too. So I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do 3D modeling. Let's do some 3D modeling. Oh, I don't know how to do all these different things. Let's learn how to do them. And instead, I have learned how to do nothing well. I am good at nothing. I like to think I'm not good for nothing. But I am good at nothing. Okay, that's all I wanted to do, was just the spawn position is equal to transform position. There we go. It knew what I was trying to do, and I couldn't think of it. So there, if you fall past the water level, it just respawns you back at the spawn position. Okay, and then I need you to be a, not a trigger, but not collidable. It's kind of weird that I woke up hungry because of the soda thing too. I think because I was tossing and turning last night that I guess you just don't need the mesh collider. But it's because I was tossing and turning last night. I think that also made me more hungry, but I was. But now that it's close to lunch, I'm like the same amount of hungry. I've just been very hungry all day. So, stop thinking about the soda. Well, I think Ruh-roh! Mistakes were made! That's not how you should teleport. Why do that, though? Why you no land? Okay, so let's do spawn position is somewhere else. What if I just make it higher? What if you spawn into the world? Yeah, I don't know if this is the most necessary thing to be working on right now, but this is what I am working on. So. Man, some soda sounds good. I mean, I haven't even made tea in a while. I should probably go back to making some tea. What's that locket in Blade? I can't teleport? The third person thing does not let me teleport? It just says nah, bruv. So that's gotta be this controller here. Oh, is it crouching? I don't know if it's animated. Okay, yeah. Crouch animation does not shrink the character collider. Is grounded. Okay, so that just sets the grounded. I was gonna say, no, it should be detecting if it is grounded. So when I teleported, why is it not falling? Because it's not colliding with something, right? Yeah, you should not be colliding with anything. And if I make it so that you can collide with it, it means you just run on the water, right? Become Jesus. Oh wait. Jesus never ran on water, did he? He just walked on water? Only Jesus lizards? Oh, so making it... Why you know... Thingamabob? I did that on an update, didn't I? No, it's whatever its current Y position. Why are you doing insert? Do not do that. Its current Y position is less than water level. Then do that. Why it gets stuck though? Add gravity to the Y-axis. Movement. Oh, ends the jump if they run into something. Why it freeze up though? Excuse me. I thought just doing a simple respawn would be. And this is when I get disheartened. This is when I get bummed out. Of like, oh, I can't even do a simple respawn. So you touch the water. And then you get stuck. Why are you stuck in the air? Can I see whether the gravity's working? Gravity. What happens if I do this? Does it explode? No, it doesn't. It's kind of hoping it would spawn everything all at once. Velocity is 5. The character controller. Is it? That doesn't kill the... Well, it's killing the gravity now. But... Can I disable the character controller and teleport? Well, if I disable the character control... I'm teleporting just fine. It's the fact that I'm not... The gravity's not coming back after teleporting. It's not... Okay, not the water itself. The collider on the water. I mean, because colliding might also say, okay, now that you've landed on the ground, you should... I'm just teleporting its position. That should... Okay. I don't like... I'm assuming if I get rid of the character controller, that's going to... It's gonna get rid of all the collisions and stuff, right? Yeah, okay, so now no movement of any kind whatsoever, as I surmised. Character controller is always so touchy. Did I change this? I guess it doesn't matter if I changed it or not. It should be. Well, okay, so it is touching the water. I guess I could lower the water levels so that you fall into the water a little bit too. But that doesn't... That's neither here nor there. Like, that shouldn't matter. Well, because, yeah, there's no collider on the water. It's literally just saying if you're below a certain height, teleport back up to where you were. Like, do I need to move the character controller? Because you can fall off of things just fine, right? You can jump and you can fall off of the leaves just fine. Why it being stinky? Why I so dumb? Should be basic function. And then this and this. And then we do this. And it say no. If you do cc.move. Yeah, that's I know the character, like I said, the character controller does get kind of touchy, so character? I don't think there is inherently a character controller, right? Character controller? No, okay, so we'll pass that in. Character controller. And then say character controller. Is that what it is? At least that's what it wanted me to do, so we'll just assume that it knows best. Even though most of the time I complain, stop helping me. So. Yeah, I'm like, I wanted to get this done so that I could go say, hey, I'm gonna have a victory lunch. To say I got a basic function. Oh. I do it every time. Every dumb dad blasted mother flippin' time. I forget to just drag the thing over into the script. I don't know if that's anybody else, but I make the script and then forget to actually attach the things. Oh, is that 0, 0, 0? Okay, well, no, wait. It should be... Spawn position is transform position on start. It's supposed to be where it starts at. Why is it... This is on the player character. Okay, so... You can go away. I'm going for Project Beanstalk, not Project anything else. I just wanted to hit save real quick, and okay, no, you're just gonna bugger off. There's nothing here that I care about anymore. That was all of hours ago. Yeah, okay, it's the respawn. Okay, so when I hit play, why does it look like it's pausing it? So when I hit play, what is the spawn position? Is that? Oh, it was paused. Yeah, okay, so that should not update. That should stay the same. So when I... Let's go off a different leaf then. So I go off a different leaf. What? Oh, it's doing local position? It's moving to that local position. So, okay, don't do the local position then. I want the... How do I teleport a character controller? Goodness me. Okay, character controller. World position. Move. Dadgummit, you dumb. Okay, move kind of works, but I want the... Why you gotta be such a bastard? I want to do a simple thing. Too bad, you're too dumb. Gee, thanks. Okay, character. I really need to stop saying that I'm dumb. I'm just not as familiar with anything because I've gone out of my way to make myself not familiar with anything. Character controller, Unity, teleport. World position. Is this somebody's bug or is this somebody's... Okay, world position, rather. World position. Maybe set position? Is it literally all I want is just set position? Character controller pro. Here's a better thing. Use this. Oh, okay. I guess I could do it in late update then? Is that what it's saying? Is I just put it in late update instead? Late update. So does that do the thing then? So we'll get rid of that for now. I mean, ideally I want to do fade to black and I want the spawn position to be a better position, but... And again, it's gonna take me hours just to get basic respawning in, as opposed to all this other stuff. Well, I guess I just kind of sort of started on this. Okay, and that's new. That's different. Why are you in both places at once? The character controller? Okay, move the character controller. And then do the light update. I should have been drinking so much more water. Okay. Dadgummit, you suck, you dumb. Okay, so character controller move, just oh, it moves it before it teleports it, so. Okay, there. So teleport it, then move it. Let's see if that does it. It's just... Which that should teleport it above the spawn position, but if it's the character controller move, hopefully that'll reset it, so it's gonna be way too high. Got the platforming working better? Well, that's good. And in a game about platforming, you do want the platforming to feel good. Okay, and... You sucketh, you dumb! God balls, why? Just put it in the world position. Okay, this can bugger off. I want it to go right there, but I want it to use this, I guess. I don't know. This feels like it should be so easy. Why? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, player start. Transform position is player start. Character controller enabled. False. Set its player position. Enable it again. Okay. So that is, where's the spawn position? The spawn position is set to, why did you not... You're still closing that? Jeez. The spawn position is just set to where it starts at. So that's ideally when I wanted to... Yeah, okay, that's what she suggested. Enable it and disable it. Can you disable the character controller and teleport? Okay. I missed the message. Yeah. It seems really dumb that you have to disable it and then teleport it. Okay, can character controller not enabled. False. Oh, that's exactly what it wanted me to do, too. God balls. Man, and then there was a message in the chat that I just missed. I saw, can you use the character controller and teleport? Not disable the character controller and teleport. Okay. Please tell me this works so that I can go eat lunch and maybe get a second brain cell. No, that's that's way too much to hope for. There we go. Okay. That just seems dumb that you can't teleport the character controller. Okay, honestly, I would want it to be fade to black and then teleport to like a better position, like out on the end of this leaf or something. So, copy position. And then can I put it in here? Is that a thing I can do? That is a thing I can do. That's cool. Ta-da! What is spawn? It's a vector 3. How about a new vector 3? FU and FU and FU. There we go. That you read it. Can you push the changes before leaving? Yes, I can. Well, like I said, I read everything except for the word disable. The important word there is what I missed. Okay, so. Okay, now if I go running off of here, teleport to. Why you do this? Was that not it? Okay, nope. Back to transform that position. It's just gonna end up in the air. I thought I could tweak it real quick. It is just so incredibly rare that it works how I think it's gonna work. Okay, so let's double check, make sure that it's actually doing what I think it's supposed to be doing. Okay, then you and that. There we go. Okay. So now that is in fact working. So let's make sure everything is saved. I'll use the shortcut. I'll use the buttons. I'll use the buttons. I'll use the shortcut. Whatever. It's all saved. Now this is back to Git. Okay, so that was cloning it. Because this didn't seem to pick it up. I was gonna say, yeah, this doesn't seem to be picking up anything. If I restart it, Git. Come on, start menu. Come on, anything. Start. Git. Get good. Okay, not. Okay, yes, no. Open this recent repository. No differences detected. The branch has no changes. Okay. There we go. Unstaged changes. There was probably just a button to refresh the thing. That did refresh it. I changed this back though, right? I changed it and then changed it back. Stage the changes and then commit. Okay. Oh, rescan. There's a button right there. Okay, maybe some food will make me less dumb. Stage changed? Okay, it's literally just go down the list. Stage the 6 untracked files, yes. Which does have testing. That has the new scene. That has... okay. A reskin will be automatically started. Okay, so this has... okay, a bunch of stuff. Has test platforming scene. And then do you have the little script I was working on? Respawn. Respawn. Okay, it has that. Okay, it looks good. Commit message. Added. Respawn area. Well, I added respawning. Commit. Okay. It appears to have committed. So then branch. I was like, I pushed it to main. I'm assuming that's fine. I didn't make a branch or anything. So. Can I see what has been committed and what I can pull down? It's all good. Because you were saying that you fixed the platforming. Haven't committed it yet. Okay. So, was waiting for the push. Okay, okay. Makes sense. Well, I guess I'll just wait for your go-ahead as to whether I can take off for lunch. Because I do think I want some food in me. To see if that helps my brain work a little better. I mean, technically I could go into Blender and make a plane that is a little hill, but I'm like, I can mess with the terrain in here too, right? I can remember how to do it. What do you mean terrain data? But when I hit add component and then terrain, it was just these things. How do I... An island made of leaves is also interesting. Well, it's because you want a beanstalk growing out of something. Right now it's growing out of a giant lake, so... I guess that's fine. Well, I think there's that cozy, like, Hades element of it. Was the original intent that I guess doesn't necessarily have to be there. But, well, I didn't throw Hades on here. But yeah, it was that, like, Hades, it's a house. I mean, yeah, like, giant leaves works, but I wanted that, like, little island that you have, like, a little house on and stuff, too. But don't necessarily have to do that, but... And it was also one of those things that I'm like, shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Whoops. Because I'm like, I don't remember how to do terrain stuff. I thought it was just... I go to, like, a window and then make the terrain higher. Terrain asset missing. Terrain data. It's like, ugh, goodness me. Unity. Terrain data. Okay, yeah, that's all the stuff that you can do with the terrain data. Where's the basic, like, creating and editing a terrain? Game object, 3D object, terrain. Did I add a terrain to a plane? Is that what the issue is? 3D object. terrain. Okay, I just didn't see the dumb dad blasted mother flipping thing for it. Ay ay ay. So dumb, so dumb, so dumb. I'm climbing your windows, snatching your people up. This and that. Yeah, okay, it is 500. 500. 500. And then I want to raise it just a little bit. Okay, paint the terrain then. Brushes, raise. That is painting it, that's not raising the terrain. Screen neighbor terrains, paint the terrains, paint holes. Set height, there we go. Raise or lower the terrain, that's what I want. I just want to smooth height. Raise or lower terrain. Smooth height. No. Set height. Okay. Raise or lower the terrain. Give me this chunk here. And then smooth height. There we go. And then I want to move it down a little bit. Why's it gotta be way the heck over on the corner, you dumb? Okay, whatever. Water, lower the water a little bit. Did that do anything? Oh! I did not push the changes, did I? I hit commit and I didn't push them. I always forget the arbitrary location. No. Okay, I did forget to hit push. There we go. Now I've properly pushed it. Commit and push are two different things, and I still have not put that together. Goodness me. Yeah, I wasn't afraid of being dumb as a kid. Because I was like, oh, well, I'm a kid. I'll learn some new things. And now I'm an adult, and I have learned nothing. Uh-oh. I'm like, okay, there is a little hill here. Kind of want to make it a bigger hill, but that's okay. Okay, so now water. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, I need to lower the water level to where the water is, but... There we go. Okay. I need to lower the terrain just slightly. Just a skosh. So like 2. All the way around. 4. Can I look at the base of the... Oh, I guess the body. Okay, there we go. The body of the beanstalk. Okay, let's scooch the terrain just... Oh, okay, now let's... I go back to terrain. Can I mess with this? This paint terrain, smooth height. Okay, that'll smooth it. I want to raise or lower the terrain. There we go. Brush size a lot smaller. There we go. Just a smidge. That's all I want. It's just a smidge. Ugh, and then it's still like here's a ton. Like gee whiz. There we go. I'm like just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, something like that. Now we go back to smooth again. Smooth. There. There we go. Okay, then now the beanstalk looks like it's in the ground. Okay, so now I can set the... I feel like having the water inside of the character is a little goofy, but at this point... I want the water level to be equal to... Oh, duh. I can just do GameObject.find. Then it's not going to save that information anywhere. GameObject... Find... the water, and then say the water transform that position. The water level. This is water level is equal to that. There. Okay. So now the water level should be set to whatever the heck the water happens to end up being. So that if I tweak the water position, it's going to... Okay, I could make the island a lot bigger too, but... That's K. Okay. So now... There we go. Okay, so now it's if you touch the water. It is... No, you're... I completely forgot about any, I mean, you said it after I push, and I only just now pushed. So, that's, on me. But then I got distracted with making the little island. So, I got... It actually doesn't... It's like it's playable, and it doesn't feel too bad. You just have to get around to that initial set of jumps there. Is that all the water? Was there no more water? Got rid of some conflicts, pushed, pull, test the scene. Not very easy big splat from so narrow and small builder kit there. And not spawning enough droplets. Okay. Okay, so can I try? So rescan. Aha. Oh, that's my changes. So repository, pull, merge, commit, fetch from, origin. I'm assuming. Yeah, it looks like that's the only branch. Fetching new changes. He's thinking about it. Okay. So then Unity fetches the data but doesn't pull. Okay. So now pull. Pull. Like, where in the heck is the word pull? Branch. Okay, I don't want to commit anything just yet. I want to pull. Pull. Where's the word pull? That's fetched. Fetch and merge is in Git GUI. Okay. So merge. Local merge. This doesn't have like a stash changes. I don't have to merge right now. Well, Unity usually reloads. I was expecting Unity to fully reload if it had gotten any files. But, yeah, to merge you have to have nothing in there. Yeah, okay. Like I said, Unity would have reloaded had it gotten any files. So he did the fetch, but he didn't do the... And I do have... yeah, it's like what I need to do is stash these changes. I mean, could always do the caveman version of save the files off somewhere, and or just revert it. But I'm like, I just poked at it for a bit, so. Okay, I could switch to a different branch. Okay, so is it stage? I haven't staged any changes. Oh! Don't switch branches. So if I stage the changes, then I can pull in the other stuff. Is that what staging is supposed to be? Stage and commit. Oh, stage and commit will get it out of the way so that then I can merge in the stuff. Is that... Am I understanding that correctly? Okay, so stage the changed. You have to stage so you can check if there are conflicts. Okay. Yes. That's fine. So then... So what's that saying? If there are conflicts? So it's staged and then commit. Okay. So this is added terrain, committed, and then fetch, and then merge. And then that's a revision to merge. Doesn't appear to be merge. merge. It's just... Does it say that there are changes? Okay, I guess merge then? Try it again, I guess. Okay, no, it's just a shader thing. Okay, I don't care about the shader ones. Right, okay, just go away with those. You're gonna say it for every single one of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Think we need to ignore those files. Okay. Mesh creator had an issue? Oh, it doesn't like curse words. Twitch doesn't like curse words. I'll let you have it though. Or did the Northern Lion special of UPs? You just cut it off at the end. Okay, wait, those are not supposed to be changes though, right? That's... Oh, let's see, did... Aha, okay. Yeah, reload. Was this changed? I was like, this was me changing something in my file that I didn't think anybody else was messing with, so... Conflicted with your own stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it said sample scene was changed. Is there something specific I should look for in the sample scene to see if it pulled things in correctly? Is this is sample? They're the exact same thing. I was expecting some kind of change. It looks like there's another leaf, at any rate. So, aha, okay, so I can go up through the leaves now, with lots of extra physics attached. Aha, okay. Yeah, okay, so you still run into the beanstalk a bit. Well, and I think there was like a bonk script, but I don't know if that entirely needs to be there. I think you can still just float around the thing. So it appears that I have gotten the script. Silly leaf, you're in the way. Is there any more water? Just not enough water. No. Okay. So that got pulled over just fine. So then I fixed this, so rescan it. There we go. Okay, so that's the staged stuff that I added. This should all be good. So then I should be able to... Oh, this is unstaged changes. And then this is... Okay, can I just select a couple of these? Okay, wait, is this the latest, or is this... I haven't changed anything in a while. So it should be the stage stuff. So... I was gonna try pushing my little... Or the... No, I already pushed the other thing. Okay, whatever. I think I am gonna go eat. That sounds like a good idea. So I will be back. Yeah, I think I'll kill the stream too. I gotta... Yeah, we'll deal with it later. Sounds good. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go eat. I'll probably be a little while because I wanted to fold my laundry and stuff too. So... probably an hour. I want to try to make it like half an hour, and it'll probably end up being an hour. So I'll be back at 12:30 most likely. But bye.